It's interesting to note, the day of the governor's press conference today, he vetoed the bill that ended on his desk. Without reading it, he vetoed the bill. He apologized to the media that day for saying, well, you have to excuse me, I'm new. Every governor is new. It's a shame that this governor didn't seem to understand the difference between vetoing and letting a bill become law without his signature. That's what you have staff for, to explain to you what you can do with a state budget and other laws governing Pennsylvania. But just let me give you a couple examples of where we and the governor agreed. We had agreement on a number of things. We had no disagreement with the governor on special education funding in Pennsylvania, FIA grants to students. We had no disagreement with the district school health screenings and services, the Office of School Advocate, information technology improvement grants, ready-to-learn block grants, mobile science and math education, career and technical education equipment grants. 43 different items this governor vetoed that had to do with education that had nothing to do with the basic education funding formula, which he could have left to be law. And now our schools are going to start in September, most likely, because this governor has refused to move off dime one on something that his own party has rejected. The Democrats of the House were very clear. They do not support the governor's budget. They voted against it unanimously. It is now incumbent on this governor and the Democrats in the House to come up with a budget that can get at least 80 Democratic votes. Democrats in the House admit they have, if they're lucky, 40, which is about half of their membership, even supportive of the governor. So for the governor to continue to espouse his idea on education funding and higher taxes at the price of our public schools and property taxes going up over the next few months is outrageous. It's incumbent on him to look at what Governor Rendell, Governor Casey, Governor Schweiker, Governor Ridge, and including Governor Corbett did in line item vetoes. You can line item veto parts of the budget you don't like and continue to let us fund autism and projects that help children across our Commonwealth. Many of these things that he vetoed were like the Pennsylvania charter schools for the deaf and blind, food services, busing services for our public schools were vetoed. None of those did he disagree with, but he vetoed those. So our schools will start in September without their checks that they normally would get in August. Why? Because this governor didn't understand what the job of governor being and how to handle a budget that he may not have completely agreed with. Governor Rendell used the line item veto. We're not like the federal government. Here in Pennsylvania, the governor of Pennsylvania has a line item veto that he can line out anything he disagrees with. Instead, he decided to put the children of our Commonwealth at great risk and the taxpayers at great risk as well. And it's a shame that our education system, our vocational schools, our public education schools, our deaf and blind schools, and everything else that is affected by this governor's veto. And he continues not to move off dime one with a proposal that Democrats in the House can support as well. So I look forward. We're going to continue sitting at the table and trying to negotiate this thing. But this governor so far in budget negotiations didn't even know in the education code bill that was passed. He vetoed it because he thought it had the money for basic education in it. Well, it doesn't. The budget has the education funding formula in it. The basic education code that was passed by the House and sent to the governor simply says that the new money, whatever it may be in the budget, is distributed on a fair basis, which Democrats and Republicans across this state have agreed to in the new Funding Commission's report. But instead, since he didn't read the basic education code, nor did his staff, they vetoed a bill that he and other Democrats agreed with. That is the height of hypocrisy. It is time for the governor to start reading bills before he vetoes them and understanding the impact that they have on this Commonwealth.